Hello and welcome to Soap Secrets. Now, there is no Casualty today, I'm afraid, because it's the Festival of Remembrance on BBC One. But that doesn't stop Holby from making an appearance and us talking about it. And joining me is Claire Ruck, because Victoria is off sick. So we're going to talk to Claire about Holby. Now, Claire, Josh, it's quite a lot about Josh, isn't it, this week? Because he's busying himself with work in an effort to avoid Ange.
Yes, hi Hannah. So we know that Josh and Ange have a lot on their plates. They've got these premature twins. Not just one baby, they've got twins. And Josh has been trying to support Ange throughout all this, and he's got himself into a bit of a pickle, and he's really stressed out, and he's got bulimia, which we've seen. Now he's trying to avoid Ange. We see Ange is a bit stressed. We see her coming into AAU. She drops a bag. Everything spills out. You know, she doesn't look quite like the consultant in control that we all think she is. And then we see her on the phone to Josh, and he's shouting at her, saying, I've pulled a double shift. You'll just have to deal with childcare. It's not really very helpful, is it, Hannah?
It's not very helpful at all. No.
No, it's quite amazing. So. No, you'll just have to deal with it. I mean, they're both very good doctors. You would think they would work in a better way, manage their childcare better. So yeah, Josh is working with Eli. He still wants to go running, but he does that. But while he's out running, one of his patients becomes very unwell, and he comes back, and Eli shouts at him, and Josh then goes into the locker room. And he starts eating loads and loads of chocolate bars. So Eli catches him and pushes him to tell Ange about his bulimia. Now, this must be quite something that he's been able to hide from his partner, because they're all at home. But maybe it's because everyone's got different schedules. Everyone's tired, angry, upset. They've got 2 newborn babies. No one's getting a lot of sleep. So will Josh actually finally confess to Ange that he has bulimia? And if he does, what will she say?
Well, I'm hoping, she's incredibly supportive, but, I feel like I suppose in some ways it might be deemed as a kind of betrayal because he hasn't said anything before and hasn't been able to say anything.
Yes. I think she might just give him a big hug.
Well, I think, I'd like to think so, because, I think this is, again, such a important topic, because it's, always associate women, don't you? So I think it is really important that it is that when somebody does then admit and talk about something, that it is welcomed. Otherwise, there's that fear for other people, isn't it, of how people will react. And of course, if you were told something like that, or I was told, you would just hold your arms out, wouldn't you? That's just what you would do. So, not just about Josh, because Jack admits that she's scared because, of course, she's starting her proton beam therapy, isn't she? I didn't even know that was available in this country, but I must be wrong.
Now, it is available in Holby because they've agreed to be part of a study group.
Ah, okay.
So, Hannah, yes, you are quite right, but she worked very hard to get proton beam therapy into Holby, and the reason why she wanted it is because she wanted to use it on herself. It's quite interesting, this. We see another side to Jack, actually, I've never seen, one where she's scared. She's absolutely terrified, and you never see Jack that looking like that. And it's quite an odd thing, really, because she's working on the wards, and then she pops off to the proton beam therapy department in her scrubs, and I would have thought she really should have gone. She really should be going home after having that kind of treatment, having a cup of tea and a piece of cake and a nap on the sofa.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, it's a different dynamic, isn't it, of Jack, because she's usually so strong. And we also see Lucky being readmitted to Holby this week.
Yes, so poor Lucky, she comes in because she's got an infection from her catheter. Now, so she comes back into Holby. These are people she worked with, and it must be really difficult for her, for people to do those kind of invasive it is quite invasive. Someone changing your catheter, wiping your bottom. It's not someone you want an ex-colleague to do, is it?
No, absolutely not. No.
So she is still really stressed. She's quite, she's really down about it all. And Louis, who she's quite close to, he discovers this week that she had suicidal thoughts, and he's quite shocked. And he does shout at her because she tried to hoodwink Kylie into helping her die, and Kylie is Louis's girlfriend. And so he says, if you had died, how do you think that would have made Kylie feel? So Lucky's in a different position, in a difficult place. Will Louis help her die, or will he help her to embrace her new life?
Well, I hope it's the latter, because she's not lived with it long enough, has she?
No, she hasn't. We do see flashes this week of Lucky. It's very nice. We see her chatting to Fletch and his daughter Evie. Evie's having a really tough time of it. She's back at college. The college kids are calling her a prostitute, saying she's dirty, because of the grooming she went through at the hands of Jenny. So she comes in. She started a fight. She comes in with a big shiner and a big cut above her eyebrow. And, and she sees Lucky there, and Lucky gives her some really good advice. So in a way, the therapist within Lucky is still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It comes out, so it's really nice to see.
Well, I think it's making up for the lack of Casualty this week. So that is all your hospital drama fix for this week, and we will be back next